Hello guys, welcome back. I'm bringing you another video on Ark Survival Evolved today, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a guide video. That's because at the request of a viewer, he wants to know where all the best fishing spots are. So thanks for asking, Fearing Bubble, you know, you don't ask, don't get and all that. So yeah, today we're going to just cover a few of the spots that I think are best in terms of fishing. Now, this is going to be specifically related to the Valentines event because there is better fishing spots for standard fishing, but this video will cover the event. So the first spot, which is where I've been fishing for this event, is it's a nice little, like, it's almost a river into like a pond. It's weird, but the position is there 41 by 18, 19 roughly. It's just north of the red obelisk. Just before you start hitting the snow. It's a nice little place to fish. You just have to be a bit careful of raptors and other carnos coming in from the trees. But as you can see, there's quite a few coel down in this pond and not really many other fish. Bearing in mind that on my server I do have boosted spawn rates, so you wouldn't have this many here, but there'd still be more coel than any other fish because I haven't seen any other fish spawn in this pond. So next up, I will take you to where I think is the next best place to fish. Okay, so one of the next best places, but not my favourite because of how many hazards are potentially around. Hang on, let me just do something. That's better. Is this area here. It's like three little ponds merging together just after the swamp area north of the red obelisk and just before joining to the river that goes across the volcano. So as I mentioned, there's like three little ponds that merge together that all have coel in them, but the reason I don't like fishing here is because there's way too many aggressive dinos and it can just be a pain. I mean, if you can create yourself a fishing pen, it might not be too much of an issue, but I just don't like risking it, quite frankly. So next up. Okay, so another nice little spot is this here, which is actually inside the red forest area. The only issue with this bit here is it's got a nice little pedestal to like set up on and stuff like that to fish with, but you're going to be contending with saber-toothed salmon as well, so again you're just reducing the chances of catching that coel, which is why again that first area I showed you I found ideal because it's only got the coel in rather than any other fish. This is the spot on the map and there's your coordinates, 62 by 33. On to the next one. Alright, for this next one I wasn't going to put it in, but I thought I may as well because it is a good spread of water. So it's by the Stonehenge area, as I call it, south of the island, and the reason I wanted to put it in there is because it is one of my favourite areas on the map to build a lot of the times, and it's got this little river run up here which will have fish in it. And it tends to have mainly coel, but again you will be competing with other fish such as piranha. But as you can see there's fish all up and down here, and there's not too many aggressive dinos to deal with. The main one that you'll have to deal with is sarcos every now and again, but that's not very frequent. And as long as you don't go too far north up here, there shouldn't be too many aggressive dinos either. Okay, on to the next one, and it's going to be my final one because I think it's probably one of the last ones that's decent to fish in. Okay, so here's my final location, and as you may well know, this is quite a famous area to build in as well, and a lot of people do like it here. But it is the like oasis area of the island, which is in the north east of the map, just before Carno Island. And again, as you can see, there's coel in there, all with love arts, but again you will be contending with the fish like piranha and saber-toothed salmon, although they're not very common in this pond, but they do appear. As you can see, I already have my raft there ready to go. As well as that, as you will see here, there is raptors in the area and carnos, and there's also a chance of alphas spawning in this area, so just be aware of that, maybe shelter yourself in somehow. But that is it, guys. Just to show that they can be caught, here is some candy. I've also used one on my Argy, as you can probably tell. As and as you can tell, I've got a lot of loot from the fishing itself, because obviously I've not just been catching the amorous fish, I've been catching the standard fish. Again, it's pretty unavoidable, but the only downside I will say, guys, is that the chibis that you get from it aren't guaranteed to be the new ones. So it does cycle through all the chibis. So as you can see here, I've got a Fjormi from it and a Pulmy Scorpion. So this weekend I will be doing a fair bit of fishing, trying to get myself some new chibis. And yeah, there's a box of chocolates that you can get, which are really good for taming with. So make the use of them over this week while you can get some decent tames done. There was a few questions in the previous video of chibis, and you don't need an ascendant rod like me. I just had this and it makes more sense to use it, but any rod will do. But obviously the better the rod, the better the quality loot you get. I think it actually affected how much dino candy you get as well, because I got all of this from 2 fish, so I'd imagine that the quality has something to do with the amount of loot that you get from it, not just the quality of it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, guys, as always, and I'll see you next time.